All right, hello, folks. This is Arcaden here with doing a live stream of Battlestar Galactica: Shattered Hopes, which is a roguelite, not like roguelite RTS strategy game. Um, so this kind of just jumped onto my radar just a few days ago. I read a couple of good reviews of it. I saw that it's sitting mixed on Steam, but there's not many reviews there, so I thought I'd check it out. I had a decent enough time with the little bit that I played, and so wanted to kind of show you how it played so you can make up your own decision. In the game, you play, it's basically, if you watch the show, it's like that first episode of the first season, 33. You are the leader of a convoy that's escaping from New Caprica after it was just attacked, and you're jumping from sector to sector, fighting the Cylons, hoping to get to the Battlestar Galactica. So what the purpose of this stream is going to be is I'm going to take you through. I've played one and half runs. It says two, but I abandoned that run 20 minutes in like a petulant child. So I've played enough to understand the mechanics, and throughout this I'm going to explain kind of the different mechanics as they pop up, but definitely don't have any of the strategy down yet. So if you're in the chat or later on the video, just feel free to comment any advice if you've been playing this game. I think that's it. Let's get going. So here is when you start the game, I loaded up my save file, which has 2 runs on it. And this is essentially what you're looking at as the meta progression for the game. So again, it's a roguelite, so you keep on trying and failing to get to the Battlestar Galactica. And then in that process, you learn different, you earn what I think is called fate, which is a mechanic that you could then spend on different favors, which make the game more manageable and allow you to beat the game. What I've done first is I've done these 3 lords, Demeter and Hermes, and these are all your main, this is scrap, materials, and twilium? Oil? Gas, basically. These are your main resources, and I've just dumped all my points into increasing those at the beginning of the game. Not sure if that's the best strategy, but I figured it was a good one to start with. So that's where we are. Let's get started. So this is convoy selection. I've unlocked 2 convoys, and a lot of this game, there's a lot of little unlocks throughout the course of this game here. So you see I now have in this first convoy called the Wanderers, which is like your basic balanced convoy. I've unlocked what's the missile launcher, but there are thruster stabilizers, other things that can be unlocked the more you play. As I don't know much about the convoy, seems to be a long range, weaker, more of a sniper type build and approach. We're gonna just do the Wanderers, and see how that goes. So we're escaping from Caprica, so we're gonna pick which of the areas we want to go to. So this is showing you both the type of events that they are, which matters in some areas, which we'll get to, wreckage and planet, and what you could get from them. So this is scrap, this is tylium, this has probably a squadron, so that has a new type of plane, spaceship, plane. A new plane that we could get. I'm going to do this just to get resources. Resources feel tough in this game. That's what we're going to focus on. Guess what, folks? They don't have a plan anymore. They just know what they want, thankfully. That's us. That's a Dama. Dad, right? Ooh, do you think Chunky Lee will make an appearance? All right, so this is the CIC. Feels both like a funeral home and an emergency room. A couple of hours have passed since the Cylons destroyed your home. So our goal is to reach Commander Adama's fleet. So you're going to have three main officers. Your CAG, which in this case is Oscar. They're randomized in each run. And some Union members on the fleet have recognized Buzzati. Even I heard that name. Don't know what that. And this is your XO. Okay, so there are also three factions. Let's see if we could, yeah, here we go. So you have three factions that you'll manage over the course of the game. You have workers, military, and the underworld. This little fist shows how strong and influential they are. But more importantly, I think, is how they feel about you. So there's fair, tense, hostile, catastrophic. The more they like you, the more likely you are to have good events. The less they like you, the more likely you are to have bad events. I do not know a good strategy yet for this. It's a challenging mechanic, so I think, it might be to try to. So your events are going to pop up where you have to make a decision of who you piss off, basically. I think we're going to just have one favorite and try to make one really good and see if that compensates for the others hating us in this run. Not sure that's a good idea, but that's what we're going to do. So, we're captain of a big spaceship. We're a fan of the military, so we're going to side with the military here. So workers, the relationship has deteriorated but hasn't changed. So this is your main fleet management screen. This is basically the one of the two main screens. Over here is a timer. We have 9 turns till the Cylons are going to invade. This little red thing over here means that there's going to be a crisis. Here are our hero characters that we can do stuff with. Over here are events like that we can do that will give us certain materials. And then over here we have events that have popped up. So we have panicked passengers that will activate in 8 turns and lose 40 health. Health is the health of the fleet. If it goes to 0, you die. These are hull points up here of your main ship. So we could spend materials, or what this is we could spend each of your heroes during this part of the game has 1 charge that they could use to perform some action. And that we could use either an action of a hero or materials. We have a lot of materials. We'll probably do this, but we don't have to make a decision yet. These are both essentially the same event. Do a quick look at our ships. So these two here are civilian ships. This is their hull points. These little arrows here represent if their hull points go below those levels, a bad event happens on them, and as you get to the worst level, the event gets worse. You can civilian ships give you effects. So this one gives us 30 scrap every time we jump. If you train the crew and level it up, that will improve. And this one gives us materials. So these are essentially, and that's I think all I've seen so far is that they help generate resources for you. And this is our main ship. We'll get to that here. But let's do an event. So what do we have? We have, let's go to the bar. Let's see what's happening at the bar. We have one event at the bar. Discuss a special perk with your XO. Commander. I don't know what she sounds like. That's not what she sounds like. She said she could help with upgrades or even new systems, so we could let her improve our weapons and squadrons. 20% to all damage for 2 sectors. Or a new auxiliary system that can only be common. Let's make these first 2 runs easy on us. Or easier. And we'll get the temporary buff. So here that pops up here. This is our little info screen that shows us the buffs or debuffs that we have. There will be many debuffs. These are your 3, well, they're 4, I guess, main resources. This is Tylium. You need that to jump or to basically do any of these events. It's like your gas. These are materials, supplies. And then this is scrap, which is used to repair hull points and also for research. These are the amount of nukes you have. We have 2 so far. Nukes are, they're nukes. Here's the research screen. I'm not going to go too far into this, but we have 210. I am going to do some things here. I'm going to give us more hull points. I guess I'm not going to give us more health. I haven't found health to be the problem yet. I die way before health becomes an issue so far. This critical system decreases the chance that you'll have a bad event if you lose too many health points. And let's give our squadron some evasion. And that'll be that for now. So here is an event that we could do that will go get us scrap. So if we want 61 scrap, and you'll see we have 2 options here. It costs either gas. I'm just going to call it gas. What is it? Tylium? All right, tylium. It's tylium. Fine. That's the word. Tylium, and we get a small amount. If we use a hero action, we get a lot of it. This event, Mineral Rich Planet, is also scrap, and then this is tylium. I'm going to wait till we do the crisis to see if we want to use our heroes, because we have plenty of time after that. So I'm just going to start leveling up the ships, which take a turn each, just to get more resources. All right, so this is a crisis. These happen a lot, and let's see what this looks like. Chief Tech called me down to R&D. Show some results of the weapons. We have an overheating issue. We knew about this, but did not do anything. I think maybe she does sound like that. The Gunstar maintenance was scheduled, but we had to leave in a hurry. Now we have to increase the weapon cooldown to avoid important damage. Okay, so with a crisis, you always have 2 choices. One of those choices leads to a string of events that you have to do, and until you complete those events, you suffer this debuff, right? So 20% to all weapon cooldowns. You don't get a reward for completing it, but you have to spend time and resources to finish it. Or you could just deal with a debuff, right? And so that's the bypass option. In this case, that would mean that all of our research upgrades are going to cost more by a good amount for 2 sectors. Or we're going to have slow weapons. So we have a lot of turns left in this. I'm going to do the event string. So let's see what this means. We have to solve 2 wreckage or structure points of interest, which is these things. Wreckage or structure is not what you get, it's this. It's like category, right? And so this is planet category, planet, and this is wreckage. We only have 1 wreckage, so we cannot solve this crisis before we go into battle, which sucks. So let's just use... I'm using both the hero and the Tylium to get as much scrap as possible. Because we seem to be fine. Right, so that's 190. An issue requires your attention. There are a lot of events in this game. They constantly pop up. The game wants you to feel like you're on the back foot the whole time. With organizing... military... In our line of work, there's no such thing as a gift. But, we discussed that we're big fans of the military as a captain, this one. So we're going to just take it. And they're going to like us. And we'll probably need to do something for them later. And then let's do this fuel Tylium situation, which we'll use that hero for. So that gets us up to 8. So since we should probably just solve these. But let's look at research again for a second. So this over here, Squadron Dock Control, you have two squadrons in combat right now. And it just looks like two planes, two spaceships. Um, I think this is an important upgrade that we're going to want. It's very expensive, but so I'm going to hold all of that scrap to try to get a third thing undocked. Weapon dock control, we'll talk about in a second. Let's spend our supplies to fix these problems. See, they just come, the events. Workers have a request. They're building a monument to grieve for their lost ones in the fall of the 12 colonies. They need scrap. Sure. That seems worth not upsetting them, and hopefully that undoes that we pissed them off a little earlier. Let's fix that. Okay, so we have 2 turns left. Let's talk about what to do when we're in that situation. So in this situation, you can basically use your main ship to just produce resources. It takes 2 turns to produce each of these. So we're going to use these last 2 turns to get more scrap. Radius contact. Right? That's how it goes in the show. Usually like a smash zoom. Before we start battle, let's go look at our ships. All right, so we have 3 ships. The Viper is like your standard fighter. The Raptor is like an artillery cannon, and the Wolf taunts units, which I haven't used him much lately. They have passives. We'll go into this when we upgrade them. For now, I'm going to assign one of our heroes to this. He has a perk that increases all allied squadrons damage by 3% per level of his, so that's good. So that's our squadrons, but our main ship also has weapons. We have here our nuke and our offensive flak. And you could also assign a hero here, which we'll do. And let's start the battle. Yes, I've done all those things. So before you start the battle, you choose where you're going to jump to at the end of the battle. Supplies, Tylium, and a weapon. Or... oh, this would give us a new hero. That could probably be helpful. I don't know what that is. So this has no... nope, we want that 3rd squadron, which means we want to get this scrap event. All right, so this is the second big screen where you'll be spending a lot of time on in the game. This is the battle screen. So it's a real-time strategy with pause. The game has an auto-pause option, which will turn on. Here are your 3 ships. You have to protect these. Essentially, what's going to happen is they're just going to down here is a timer. We have to survive for 2 minutes, and then we'll be able to jump out of the sector. During those 2 minutes, Cylon ships are going to spawn, increasing more and more. We're going to have to use our ships to defend ourselves, to hopefully survive, not lose our civilian ships, spend the time to jump. That's essentially how it goes. Right now, we have 2 squadrons that we could use to defend ourselves. So we're going to deploy these. So I'm going to click on the Raptor, which is, again, our artillery. I'm just going to put him like here. This blue circle, if you could see it, is the range. That ship is slow to move, but packs a big punch. And then our Viper is, our skirmisher. Put him there, but as soon as we start, we're going to see where it's going to spawn. Let's take a quick look at what benefits this has. So every 10 seconds, a Cylon will get a buff, and they all have a lot of range. All right, let's start. Lots of pausing in this game, so snipers we want to get up. Snipers will... Well, they're exactly what they sound like. So we're going to... They spawn in 5 seconds. That's what that number means. We're going to send our Viper up there to take care of it by right-clicking. And then you kill that guy. So again, the feel of this is there's tons of pausing. These units will auto attack within their range if they don't have another command. So this guy, we could just park him here, and once this sniper runs into his range, it will attack him. It would be the same with the Viper, but I'm going to just tell it to kill that guy quicker. Great. So far, so good. So you see he auto-attacked up there, and then auto-attack there. Heavy Raiders, let's see what these guys are. They're just tougher. I'm going to keep him there. You attack that. He took some energy. More snipers. So we've got missiles launched that are now locked on our gunship. Explosive missiles. There are 3 types of missiles: homing, explosive, and they have nukes as well. We're going to let our artillery take care of those. No, that'll be fine. This guy should... Mm-hmm. I know that was... Actually, you take that guy. What do we got? 43 seconds left. So far, so good. He's been hurt, our Viper. Okay, we have 30 seconds left. Now, another thing that you have to do is before you jump, you want to get your ships back docked. To do that, takes time, obviously. You can jump without the ships having been docked, but then they get wrecked and you have to spend scrap to fix them, and the resources are real tight in this game. So we're gonna take these guys down. And then we're going to go dock because we're at 20 seconds. Okay. So you could do that. You can actually right-click here, or you could just right-click on their little cards down here, and they'll go back to docking. So 15, 14. That was... All right. So first sector, not terribly hard. Let's jump. Done. That was easy. That's not... It doesn't stay that way. So here's that meta currency I was talking about that you get. Everybody's in good shape. Oh, I would like an additional safe turn, or we level up either a hero or... I'm going to do the additional safe turn. How does silence keep finding us? Agreed. Alright, I don't think anybody needs repairs. Our crisis is going to hit on turn 5, halfway through this. So we got a little bit of time. Let's go to the bar first. So this is, I think, normally what the bar looks like, where... So we could gamble scrap in a triad game. That's, I think, Underworld related. Have a drink with our hero, or maybe make friends with the maintenance specialists. We're going to do heroes. So each of the heroes, just like... let's see if we can see it. They have a morale, just like the factions that you could deal with. And like the factions, they could go in a bad direction or a good direction. Either way, as they get extreme in one direction or the other, that triggers a story. So, and I don't know how many there are, but it looks like they each have their own unique story. There is also, if we make it far enough, an investigation mechanic where you have to investigate them for being silenced. So we'll get, hopefully we'll see that. Something feels off about Lambert. Lambert is, that's a reference, or it's the same name as the character in the original Alien movie. So we could improve or we could drastically improve. This feels like a lot of supplies to me, so we're gonna, let's try to see what happens when we get, let's see if we could get a story out of her. So again, let's look at our crisis. We have to do one more wreckage, which will be that. Is this our fighter pilot? Yes. This on the left is his level. We're gonna use him. And I think that'll hopefully get us a chance to level up. And that finished the crisis. There we go. Good job, Sergeant. Just doing my job, sir. Seems like that's always what they say. All right, so Lambert's morale went up even more. She's now probably happy. You happy? Yeah, she's... Oh, her morale's good. She's not happy. She's good. She's good. Oh, here, Oscar has leveled up. So here's the level up screen. Nothing too crazy. Each of these, let's see. This one at 60 seconds. His squadron is restored to 100% of its max hull points. That might be really good. That's going to happen like once. They all seem to be about 2 minutes. No. So I picked the whole regeneration one. That's best. Everybody's good. We have... Let's go to our research. I want that 3rd squadron dock. Beautiful. I could have sworn... No, I didn't go to the one with the hero. All right, this will give us equipment, it looks like. Launch 30 homing missiles at random enemy units within range. The range is 202s. Tuz. I don't know what that is. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Boogie. The Underworld plans. So I've had this event now 3 runs in a row. Just as a thing to say. Oh, sorry, I skipped through that quick. Anyway, the Underworld wants to distribute supplies to someone, and the workers wanted to go to their family members. And we're just gonna take the supplies. We're just gonna piss everybody off. Okay, so the workers are now tense. We'll see what that does. Hannah has leveled up. 10% scrap from items sold in shops. Gain +2 fleet health every time a base resource is spent. Sure. That's this mechanic here. There are limited opportunities to improve this. I'm gonna wait for those to see what the crisis is before doing these, and we're just gonna finish training this crew for these next 2 turns. So this happened because the workers are tense. So this is a result. This specific crisis spawn, I guess the crisis was always going to spawn. This version of it, I don't know. Anyway, the workers are so angry they've somehow found a way to jam the comms. Production systems are connected through signaling. Our actions will cost more. We're wasting time here. The magnetic thingy. Okay, so plus 20% to all supply costs, and then we do the event. Well, that seems pretty bad, actually. All right, let's do the event. Reach level 2 in Gunstar upgrade. It's like they know. What would be the most obnoxious? So that means we need to 72 scrap, of which we only have 8. We don't really have any way to gain scrap in this sector. So this is going to take a bit. What debuff did this give us? Nothing. Oh, the 20% to all supply costs. All right, well, let's finish these points of interest. Juliet can be upgraded. Ooh, legendary. Every time a crisis is resolved, obtain... Oh, that's nice. What else? This hero gains 1. No. If the hero can't go over there, I don't know. Maybe that's helpful. It doesn't... Yeah, let's just do that big inspired discovery. More materials are good. So we have nothing to do. We upgraded this ship, so we will now get more scrap per jump, which is good. I'm going to just grind out scrap. Unusual request from the underworld, sir. I don't know that I want 2 factions angry at me. Let's let them fly freely. Hmm. All right, so we should be able to resolve that crisis. Trader's contact! We should be able to resolve that. That's the last time I'll do that. The crisis as soon as we get into our next, if we survive. Anything we need to do to the hangar? No, I don't think so. We did get a new weapon, didn't we? I don't think this is going to actually be there because we only have 2 weapons unlocked. But let's try that. That looks pretty fun. Let's get rid of the offensive flag. How do we switch these? Can we switch these? Oh, deployment. So you got to click on deployment, and then we could right click on that to undeploy that weapon, and then Let's try the homing missiles. We didn't use the flak at all in the last one. Alright, let's go. Elite Cylon battle. High risk, high reward. Do it. I haven't done this yet because I'm like, no, but let's not this. We'll do the if one comes up again, we'll do it. I want to have a little bit more time to try to get to the investigation mechanics so you could see that. Okay. Oops. There we go. Don't know how to use the wolf effectively. It taunts enemies. So it's kind of a tank. What do we got here? Oh, units explode when destroyed. That's not great. All deployed units get a okay. Raiders are cheap and easy to kill. Let's see how this guy does against... What is his health? So Wolf has 193. Maybe together they could take them down. So why don't you move up and then let's just hang. The Vipers are ideal for taking down raiders. You gonna shoot them? Because they're fast, and so they could get rid of them pretty quick. What is a striker? A striker applies slow. And will never change its target unless we use the wolf on it. Great. So far, so good. Heavy Raider. We're going to hang out here. Yeah, I thought 3... So I don't think I've ever actually played with 3 squadrons able to be deployed. And I thought it would make a big difference, and at least at this stage in the game, which is, you know, things aren't too difficult right now. It sure is. Let's move this back. You go over there. What do we got? 24 left. We are in good shape. Take those missiles down. Let's get everybody a bit closer. Yeah, let's make sure those missiles don't hit. And then we'll go. Okay, everybody go back, and then I'm going to launch this homing missile thing. So the autopause happened because our ship here is taking damage, not terribly worried. Everybody in, let's jump. Alright, not too bad. Gave the ship the experience points there. And so to resolve this, we need to upgrade our hull reinforcements, so let's do that now. And then that should give us more supplies since we got that. Blah, blah, blah. Wait, didn't we? Oh, there's a second step that I didn't pay attention to. So what do we have to do? Repair encrypted beacon. We have to do 2 of these. So it's basically like resources. Everything needs resources. That's how, you know, you have your 3 resources and all of this stuff is needs it. There you go. That was a thoughtful commentary. Let's do this one and see what we get. Cool. So we have another hero. And we have an issue. Sorry, Hannah. We don't have any scrap, literally, to spare. I mean, why would you ask for it when she's the EXO? She knows our scrap situation. Why would you choose that moment to ask for it? This is a shop. Let's look at the shop. You could buy people. You could buy ships. The Kestrel. The Kestrel... So this is a support that looks like it gives buffs. 2 different potential buffs to all your squadrons on the field. We have a wolf. Studian is a medic. So this is our medic. This is our mage. Support mage. This is our tank. What can we sell? Not worth it? All right. Let's resolve this crisis so we get those extra great. She got hurt though. So this mechanic, if your heroes get hurt either in an event like that just happened, or if their squadron gets destroyed while they're assigned to it, they get hurt, they don't die. But you need to spend resources and it takes them out of commission for a while. They will die if they lose all of their health, which is the green bar. Speaking of bar, is Hannah who we've been working on to make happy? No, that was Lambert. Supplies. Let's try to improve the workers. And then these also follow the same pattern where you could pay supplies to get a better morale improvement. Get more supplies. Oh, we don't have Thallium. So let's grind out some of that. And here's our next crisis. The Comet. Ooh. So 40% to all fleet health losses for 3 sectors. That feels like a lot, or... Alright, we're going to do this one also. Let's see, what do we need to resolve it? We need to soothe the panicked passengers. But let's finish this one first. Let's calibrate some systems, I guess. Sure, that seems like a good idea. And there we go. We just got some stuff. Let's finish getting more. Yes, we solved the crisis. More Hylium. Another event. Military complaining in the corridor just outside the CIC. They say we're getting too friendly with the underworld. Sorry, her voice. Please let everyone know where we stand. And we're a fan of the military in this playthrough, so sorry, Underworld. Underworld's tense. Military are now have more influence. Because we're favoring them. So I guess it never gets above fair. Fair is the best you could be, but they get stronger, which means their events get stronger for you in either direction. Let's soothe some panicked passengers. Okay, so it looks like to fix... Yep. Okay, we gotta do this first. Okay, so this isn't happened because we do have a happy military. I have a word regarding the military. That's how people always phrase it. The latest training reports are excellent. The pilots feel unchallenged. Can you make sure they kill as many raiders as possible? Okay. What's that actually going to do? So 33% to range for 2 sectors if we destroy 35 Cylon units. Okay. And then we need to... So these are kind of the same. That's helpful. We have 2 left. Our supplies are fine. Let's upgrade this ship. Level 2. Dratus, contact. I promised I wouldn't do it again. We actually can't assign her. I don't think. Yeah. Because she's sick. I want another nuke. Oh, we gotta use a nuke. Oh, what's going on here? So we got mines. When any non-Cylon unit is within range, the mine explodes after a cooldown, dealing damage to all units within range. It also explodes when destroyed. It does a lot of damage. Lots of explosions. We also have the exploding effect. Look at that. All right, we're gonna get our ships out, but we're not gonna go far. And we're gonna destroy these mines. that work? No, it did not. Damn it. All right. Take a second. Take a second. What do we got here? We got a striker. I'll send you two for this striker and our good old guy there. Actually, let's wait till these spawn, and now let's use our homing missiles. Alright. We are pretty much out of mines, so that's good. What is this guy coming up here? A heavy raider. So let's... border, which we'll talk about in a second. Let's try. Okay. Ships are under attack, but I think we're doing okay. Is this a raider? A raider? Let's kill these guys, man. Alright, so borders... if they make it to your ship, they give it a debuff, boarding. So that does two things. One is it gives, I think it's 10 damage per second. But then the other thing is if you get a critical effect on this ship, so if you lose hull points to one of these arrows, these have them too, although you can't see them, then you get, it says a major boarding event. So I'm assuming that's just a much tougher event that you have to deal with. So we don't want that to happen. We're going to prioritize killing those guys. More damage here. Actually, sorry. Where we got? Halfway through. 1 minute left. That guy just healed because of the special thing we got for it. That's nice. Gonna use our missiles to kill those boarders. That is a good weapon. That's helpful to find. This guy's getting hurt. Our wolf. Taunt. I'm gonna move this guy back a little bit because this guy looks like he's gonna explode. We've got 20. We're doing good. Let's see what this next spawn is. Let's move everybody back a little bit. 10 seconds. I think we're fine. Let's get everybody in. We could always activate our missiles or a nuke if things are looking real bad. Great. So far, not too bad. Let's gain some fate. Okay, Cylon boss sector. So, let's look at the sectors map. So down here, this is what you have to complete to get to the Battlestar Galactica. There are 3 boss fights as you go through on the first one. What is it? 4, 8, 12 sectors to beat. I think I made it 7 in my best run so far. Okay, these are just gonna be for now. Let's heal her. Let's get that military even more happy with us. Need supplies. We have Thailand. Sure. It's very underworld for the military, I feel. When's our... Well, we don't have a crisis in this sector, so this is... Let's just get stuff. Get some scrap. Get more supplies. I mean, we haven't used our nukes yet. What does this look like? Oh. An event. Military says, our break room sucks, man. Yeah, we love the military in this playthrough. Let's just, you know, give them anything they want. Well, let's get a bunch of nukes. That might be good since we have a boss fight coming up. And then get this Thailand. Another event. Ooh. So this gives us situations to handle. Let's, you know what? We're role-playing. We just love the military in this playthrough. Let's just be like... Uh-oh. Oh, good. Yeah, sure. As long as that equilibrium has the military as the most important. All right. What's next? We did the bar. We could upgrade our ships now. So let's see. Once per battle, when a unit is destroyed, it is restored to full hull, but with permanent loss. It's an so you could activate this ability. %10 damage. Like a generic increase. Oh, that's, I think very... Yeah. Damage. Damage, damage, damage. That's what we want. So I'm going to buy this critical systems level 2, because what that means is the critical effects on the civilian ships, we're going to get rid of one of them. And that's, I think as they start losing health, as things get harder, that's actually really helpful, because it starts to cascade, right? Like you have a critical event, all of a sudden then you have an actual event and blah 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 blah. Just, you know, blah. That's what it is. Let's train this crew. Train this crew. Yep, let's just buy them off. All right, let's see what this boss fight looks like. I think everything's set up because she can't be used. And we don't have a choice. That's where we're going to go. Alright, a base star. You know, if you're wearing a turtleneck and a blazer, you're definitely not a good guy. That is 100% true. And yes, thanks, Boogie. I can turn up the game. Oh yeah, it was really low. We will fight, so say we all. Let me know if that's better. Alright, what did this thing do to us? Fire target squadron and then launch 5 consecutive exploding shots at its position. I've had that the last time, so how to avoid it? I don't know if there's like actually. I just put them out. I don't know that deployment is that needs to be that thoughtful initially. So we will move our deployment there now. That's fine. Okay, let's get you stopped soon. Got a nuke coming in. These are all strikers. I'm gonna move you forward just a bit because this guy can intercept that nuke right now. Okay. These two are coming in here. Missiles are ready. Okay, so that it means that's this effect, the Polyphemus Eye. And these are the attacks that are going to happen. I think to avoid this, we just need to move him. So we're just going to have this guy run over there. I think that'll take care of it. Why do we have an auto pause? Because Star's under attack, that's fine. Oh. This looks manageable. Another nuke coming in. Take care of these guys, please. Let's use our missiles for this moment, as there's a lot of ships. Alright, halfway through, so far so good. Oh, this guy's slow. I don't know if he could dodge the high velocity bullets. We will find out. Let's move him. Right. Take that. Actually, why don't you take that guy down? You take those two down. Nope. Nope, that one hit. What? Oh, you need to move further than that. Okay, he got pretty hurt. Bleeps and bloops are the best. Don't want to lose my raptor. Kill that guy. We've got 48 seconds. 48. We're just sitting there looking pretty and doing nothing. What is this? A nuke coming in. What do you like? Oh, he targeted him again? I think we're going to lose our artillery. Look at these heavy raiders sneaking in like... But let's just... You, want you all the way over there. Move you in a bit, but we're going to take care of those guys with these missiles. There goes that. Artillery. 30 seconds left. And, oh, and now it's hitting the ship. Well, that's crappy. Lots of not great things happening, though. I think, you know, we're okay. Because we're pretty much done here. We're going to let this take care of this nuke. And then we're going to go. Right, so what do we got? 6 seconds left? Yeah, everybody back. Come on, hurry, 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 hurry. Get in there. Alright, not too bad. This got wrecked. So, nobody was assigned to it, so we don't have a hurt hero. And you don't lose the ship, you just have to spend scrap to repair it. And here we have a squadron wrecked during this battle is intact instead. Got our blessings. Okay, that crisis is done, which, again, because of the perk that we have, will get us more supplies. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, we know the comment. You've said that like 7 times. Let's give the supplies to the workers, maybe make them feel a little better. Oh, we should have done it. I should have looked first. Curses. I'm gonna I know we're about an hour in here. I'm gonna continue going till I die. Which probably will be soon. Oh, so here we go. Here is, or maybe there's a traitor among us. Is investigation coming up yet? No. The investigation mechanic should pop up soon. So it looks like we've triggered a quest for Lambert. Yep. Her arc. Lambert is a bartender. So this will give, when we complete this, she gets a legendary trait. I was a bartender performing a job. So she wants to be on more missions, so that's going to pop up as a resolve 2 situations with Lambert. So, and then we'll have another step. What's going on here? We need to destroy. That's fine. Let's go to the bar. What do we got? Discuss a secret deal with the military. It looks like that trades nukes for scrap. I don't know that that's needed. Game scrap in a triad game. Play pyramid with the underworld who hates me. So, well, they're tense. Sorry, underworld. I didn't want to overemphasize. And I just give them more supplies. So I'm starting to feel, and you might have noticed, like, this is going to be a game where I'm going to skip a lot of the dialogue because it doesn't seem to matter, right? Like, those bar events, for the most part, have happened exactly the same since I've been playing the game. Do I want another hero? Do I want another fighter? The Vipers have been helpful, but I don't have enough money for it yet. Let's go get some scrap. Lambert wants to go on missions, so we'll send her. The underworld does not control a ship, because, you know, so they're back to tents. There we go. But that's good, because otherwise that could have gone badly. We are definitely low on Tylium, so let's do the big version of this. Let's get him upgraded. Great. I guess it doesn't make sense to do this because Bard. How do I... Maybe if I go around that way. Alright. Yeah, I don't think it makes sense to get another hero or another person. Oscar can be upgraded. Unit applies taunt every time. I don't want that every time. I like that. I think this is too... Well... Yeah, he's too weak for that. The ship that I put him in is too few hull points. Every time a hero resolves a POI, another random hero heals one. Don't love any of these. We'll do Storyteller just to get the fleet health. What is this over here? Oh, let's get a new civilian ship. Oh. Sail, a mining ship that gives scrap. Beautiful. And it comes in at level 2. We are fine with supplies, so let's do this to avoid the 200 hull damage. Let's get more supplies. I guess, do we... Oh, we don't know what our crisis is yet, so why don't we not do any of that? Let's upgrade our Exo. It's the same. She doesn't get assigned to squadrons. Pathetic, I guess. We can also upgrade Wolf. I mean, plus 25 damage. Actually, since he's our tank, more health isn't a bad idea. I know this is common and that's rare. It's a pretty big damage increase. We're going to do the damage increase. Let's level up somebody. Let's finish getting this guy up to top level. We have a crisis! Greatest contact! Excuse me. That guy's getting a little tense with the captain. Or the commander. So, the bypass gets us... The Gunstar takes 30% additional damage for 3 sectors. I think, yeah, that 30% doesn't bother me too much, because we haven't been low on supplies. And remember, we have the perk on one of our heroes that gives us supplies when we resolve a crisis, so that feels like a good thing to do. Inspect Hyperion. underworld. They've infiltrated every part of the Hyperion. Oh my god, your officer friends are taking bribes? Wow. I guess that would upset me. I bet he's taking a bribe. I don't like this guy. Look at that. Look at that mustache and that scar combo. That's not somebody who doesn't take bribes. Why don't we just do this, right? Let's finish this crisis up. We'll get some materials. Lost 25 health there, I guess. Apply first aid to passengers. Here we go. The end. Bye-bye inflation. Also a thing everybody says often. Still cleaning house. Hard to believe, actually. Well done, everybody. They were just doing their job. Great. Okay, one has... Yes, let's get her on a Gunstar. Did Lambert... I guess I didn't... Okay. Alright, 225. Let's see. I think this is actually... I'm going to get the med bay, because it does seem like a pain when we lose a hero to getting healed. We want a... we don't. This is more evasion for our units, which seems like a good idea. More fleet health. We have not had a problem with health, so I don't know that this matters as much as it looks like it does. I think I'd rather more hull points. And more evasion. Oh. Anybody need repairs, actually? Probably pay attention. Okay. Do we want these supplies? No, not really. Scrap. Okay, so now that we have more than 2 ships, we actually have to select civilian defense. So you will only have 2 civilian ships on the battle map at any time. So you have to choose, and you could change this every time that you go into battle. I don't think it matters too much. We'll do those 2, because Hyperion has some good buffs going. Let's get into the hangar and set up our weapons. Offensive flag. Actually, we can't. Wanted to put that other hero on a weapon with her perk, but it doesn't make sense to put her on the nuke, and we only have 2 spots for guns. Can somebody else... Do we have a hero that could... It's that one dude. Just Oscar. Let's go. Another civilian ship? That seems like a good idea. Alright. Let's do our usual... Let's just get him out and see what happens. Dodger, that's new. I don't know what that is. A Dodger is a fighter. Gains 50% evasion, but loses it if it is attacked by at least 2 units at the same time. I like the variety in the enemies. That's fun. Alright, so Dodger, we want to gang up on the Dodger. Can do. Let him come in and get killed. I want you to take down those raiders. You know. Oh. Okay, where's the other Dodger? You and you attack that guy. Dodger and Dodger. I just say Dodger a lot. I don't know why that feels weird to me. But it does. I mean, this guy isn't gonna hit him. So I guess you gotta wait, really, for them to come in closer. Why are we not... Can we kill that guy? Thank you. What's this little skull mean? I don't care. We'll figure it out when it happens. Okay. This guy... Wait, now. Finish killing this guy. Shoot at him to lose his opponent. Oh, get that missile. Get those missiles. Okay. Use this. Alright. Is it an infiltrator? Stealth. Gain stealth. Oh, I had these guys in my other run. These guys are kind of a pain. So they get stealth if they don't attack for 3 seconds. So if they start far away, they disappear, and then you can't hit them until they're right on top of you. Let's try to kill him soon. Good. More Dodgers. Alright, we're doing... What are we? Halfway through. A minute. Guess... I'm going to send you over there. I'm doing this wrong. So this guy should be our... basically, I should position, I think, each of these ships on either side, and then use him to be the second shot that hits the Dodgers. So there's always one ship covering. Right? Great. It's like that, yes. That's the way to handle it, guys. Can you get that? Thank you. Getting tougher. A little bit more. Kill those guys with their missiles, because we're close to the end. Oh. We don't even have to use a nuke. Why don't we just nuke something? I think it's getting boring. Did they fire a missile at my ship? Hold on. This You need help him. I like that. So it shows you where the ships will be by the time the missile hits the point that you're aiming at. So, oh, we're 10 seconds out. Let's get home, man. Nuke. Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. Take that down. Can you hit that? Can you hit it? Nope. Alright, everybody get in, everybody get in. Oh. Alright, got a little hairy there. Not too bad though. And so this is where, if we didn't have that technology upgrade, which gets rid of one of these critical effect thresholds, we definitely would have hit one here, and so then, and maybe here, and we could have had 2 critical events to deal with, which drains your resources. Let's level up Oscar more. All right, we now have 2 crises coming up. That sucks. Raptor can level up. Raptor's feeling squishy. Yeah, this guy barely moves, so I think that's a really good upgrade for him. Let's look at R&D, see if there's anything we want to buy. Evasion would be good. More weapon docks, I guess, would be good. All points would be good. Let's get an evasion for our squadrons, and let's pause in case we need scrap for something else. Why didn't that trigger? I feel like... Alright, so Juliet, let's send her on a mission. That levels her up. All assigned squadron abilities or Gunstar weapon areas of effect. So this lets me assign her to squadrons or weapons and gives them, which is great. That's good. Let's do that. Why don't we wait to see what one of these crises is? I think let's repair that ship. Oh, repairs don't spend time. That's nice. Let's get another civilian ship then. Hey, Tungsten. Or Doc. Maybe Doc. I don't know. You got a preference? Paramonov. A level 1 ship. Boo. Obtain a small amount of random resource per jump. Boo. We scrap it? No, I guess we can't scrap people. That makes sense. I don't know. It's a challenging show, right? You know? Make hard decisions. All right, another crisis. There's a body. Send scrap where a palm goes off on a civ ship. It has to be the underworld. They hate our guts at the moment. Do they? They're just tense. Hate. Those feel like different things to me. Yeah. We got another crisis coming up. I don't want to deal with this one, so I'm just going to pay them off. But Commander, how could you placate the underworld? Now she sounds like Katharine Hepburn. So they advertise this game as having a lot of story. I don't really see that yet. Okay, we're in the bar. Had this event already as well. Gotta give them name. Let's... Yeah, Slayer. Let's go back to the bar. Do an event. Let's try and get the I mean, we could decrease the underworld hatred of us. I want to see what happens when a faction gets more powerful. A nuke for 50 scrap. That seems like a terrible deal, but I guess sure. Does that doesn't help with their love of us? So, oh well. We desperately need. So if you run out of gas, Thailand, you can't do POIs, but you also can't jump out of the conflict. You can, but there's a big penalty of some sort. So let's just grind out some. And there's our next crisis. I guess we had 2 crises, one because of how tense the underworld was with us. The body of a hydroponic farmer is found in a greenhouse. It would appear to be a murder. Farmers are refusing to get back to work. Clearly, there's a farming serial killer. Farmer serial best. That's a little silly. Farming is at stake. Yeah, let's do this one. All right, let's see what it needs. We need to resolve... Where is the investigation mechanic? Hasn't popped up yet. And we are... almost... It had already... I don't know. Let's use just supplies. And then let's... interrogate the angry civilians. Our suspect has been located. Now we just have to nail the bastard. We have... I think that's a positive event. No, it's not. Do you have filter parts we could use? Yeah. Seems like a good thing to spend our scrap on. We gotta arrest the criminal, which costs 2 supplies. Frackin' good news, sir. I feel a lot of shame for having said that like that. Thanks to the team, the murderer has been apprehended. Fellow worker. Oh, sorry, skipped through that. I guess we got a bunch of supplies. The Marines have invited you to join them on the ship. And again, we are just super obsessed with the military in this playthrough, so we help them, we solve the crisis, we get supplies, we have time to grind out some more Tylium. Greatest contact. We can assign Anna, I think. She actually... No, I guess she would be better. Get rid of her. Let's unassign her. We have a third. Oh, let's put her actually on the nuke, so the nuke has a bigger radius. And I don't know that we have 3 deployment spots yet, but let's put that hero there. Let's do the Elite Cylon battle. I promised we would do it. I don't know if that's now or if that happens in the next round. I think it looks like next round. This looks normal. Alright, let's get everybody out. Let's go Tempest. Have we fought these guys yet? Tempest. Homing missile at target unit. That does a good amount of damage. And they're focused. Snipers also are just long range. That's all they. So let's. What do we got? 6 seconds before they come out? I think in general with the 3, that idea of having one ship on each side and then this guy just rotates to help out makes sense. Lots of snipers. Let's get in there. Let's take those down when they spawn. Oh, I guess I resolved that positive event. Cool. Wait, well, I didn't even pay attention. What did that say? Everybody gets better range. That's nice. That's nice. You handle these guys. You handle this guy. Does more damage. Oh, the Viper. The Viper does more damage. I have to say, this run is much. I mean, I'll say this, and then it'll be terrible. Is much easier than the other run that I did. I don't know if that's, like I said, I put a lot of those buffs into like the meta progression into getting supplies at the beginning of the game. I don't know if that's it. It's luck. Or I guess we want to focus on the elite snipers. Oh. Let's just see. Let's let them do what they do. Ooh. We got 37 seconds left. You. Nice. It is. It's like... Oh, wow. This went very well. We're pretty much done. Let's go home. get the ships docked and move on. Come on, get in there, and then see you later, nerds. Alright, so this was an elite battle, it says, is coming up here. And here's another opportunity because we've been treating the military so well. Oh no, this was... we actually finally finished that one. That's the buff that we got in the middle of that battle. Alright, a couple of things going on here. Diffuse engineered bomb. Yeah, let's just take care of that right now. Our crisis is coming up in 2. Or... here we go. This is the final mechanic of the game. I mean, maybe not, but as far as I know. And it starts a whole new section, investigation, which kinda is the same. And that it's just another place to use the 3 resources you have. So let's go to the security center. Recurring sabotage situations appear every 5 turns and get worse over time. Alright, let's go take a look at what that entails. Okay, so it can be any one of our heroes. And the way this works is... okay, it's a bit confusing. But we get 1 free investigation each sector that will reveal 2 clues. So these are question marks we don't know. They need to be basically clicked twice. One, they get clicked once, and let's just do the reveal 2 clues about their past. And so we have, that means there's a suspicion here. So now you need to use resources to do it again to see if that suspicion will get resolved as either, it's inconclusive or they're a Cylon. The interrogation cost starts off very high, but if you wait, it goes down as you do more investigation. And so we're just gonna call it a day here. And it all is based on supplies. So you'll see it's another drain on your resources, but which hasn't been too hard so far this game. I guess we haven't needed our health upgrades, so I'm still going to continue to not put into that. I'm going to give our ships more evasion, I think. I could lower... Or we could get another weapon dock. I don't see that as necessary either. So let's help our ships avoid getting shot. So what does this do? Oh, this is like a separate battle. Objective: destroy or retrieve. So we're actually low on fuel, which I wasn't paying attention to. This feels bugged, because I definitely resolved one, unless I have situations are wrong. I feel like we should have made progress on that. So I don't know what's going on there. We need fuel. Level up this ship. Unit gains more damage. Always good. We always like more damage. This is an active turns it into a cannon, which that's not the purpose of this ship. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm just going to do the flat damage upgrade. I'm boring. Let's see what this is. Let's just do it. Yeah, sure. We're fine. Oh, I don't believe that for a second. I don't know. His face was in shadow. I think that's kind of creepy. So we can just get at this if we want to. Really far out there. That's interesting. So let's put our gun. Let's put our artillery close to this ship. So it just gets kind of like 360. I wonder if that's going to attack a gunship or... Yeah, I know. You can turn off the auto claws. If you desire. That's good enough. Let's do our missiles as soon as everybody... Let's just do it. Are you not... Is there a timer on this? When does this stop being a thing we need to do? Jesus. Alright. Okay. Okay. Leave him alone. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. Oh wait, no. Okay, so mission complete. That gets another civilian ship, I'm assuming. Welcome to fate. Add an item POI sector. Legendary science vessel. Add an item POI per sector, including civilian ships. Including civilian ships. And then we have another event. We, you know, again, the rule the military wants. We're just good friends with the military. There's a fire. Let's put it out with some supplies. And here's our crisis for this little fingers. Supplies are being stolen. Let's see what happens if the underworld just hates us. They just absolutely hate us now. They're like, no way. Let's go to do this instead because we have to. And here's our what we get for being so nice to the military. Special training program. 20% damage for a buff. I don't know that these buffs feel... I mean, that's good, but I don't know that it feels worth pissing off everybody for. So now we're back in our investigation. Why is no investigation available to the next sector? Oh, because we didn't. That was a point of interest, the battle that we did. Nukes for scraps. Since rumors of strange behavior. Play pyramid with the underworld. Let's let them win. So like I said, these are all the same, so it's not that exciting. It's just like, okay, let's spend supplies for them feeling better. We need titanium. I don't know what's happening with this. We're just gonna grind out titanium. I guess we are starting to get pretty tight on resources. Apparently the military suspects one of them of being an asylum. Again, we just love that military. You're just... It's a mistake. You're a mistake. Talk to me like that. I'm the reason you're alive. You could go off and do whatever you want in whatever little sector by yourself without any weapons. See how you feel now about my mistakes. So angry. Does anybody need healing? You do, but we're not putting you at risk, so that'll be fine. Let's get scrap. Greatest contact. These runs are long. What have we been playing? We're at 2 hours now. It's a long, long run. Can we stop? Can you stop and save? No. No, you can't. That's kind of... Anyway. Alright, well, let's keep on going. We need everything. So that's good. Oh, did I assign her? You took it. Okay, so we can't nuke. Alright. Raptor, wolf, viper. Let's go. What is that? What is that? Gunstar is under attack. What hit the Gunstar? Space object. Quick shot turret. And very good at taking down missiles. What's going on? Nope. Do. What do we got? Minute and 15 left. Yeah, you know what? There we go. Get rid of everybody who's close. Gonna need help. Just sitting out there on your hands, Wolf. What do we got? 40 seconds. A little hairy, but not terrible. It's hard. Let's just, this is a waste, but let's just nuke those guys for fun. Oh, it didn't go off because it was in the field. Ah. Well, we have these. Let's use those. Oh, it did go. I don't know. How's everybody doing? We're doing okay. Let's take these guys down, please. And once those guys are down, you sit back. You get in. Alright, everybody in. That's fine. We're doing okay. One more. I know. See you suckers. Definitely repair you. Go to the bar. Trade supplies for Tillium. Underworld. Let's play cards and give them supplies and try to make them less hostile. Great, they're tense now. We got a boss coming up. Do we want another civilian ship? Is there any downside to getting another civilian ship? I don't think so. Let's get some scrap. Preach peace to angry civilians. Alright, security. Let's do more unlocks. Let's do here. So 10 supplies. Still don't want to spend that, so we're gonna just let that hang for a bit. See if we can unlock anything good. More hull. Let's get a third weapon. Okay. Let's get some Tylium. Make sure that goes away. I'm gonna do this because we now have 3 weapon docks. Maybe we'll get a good weapon. Create a decoy at a target position on the battlefield, attracting all squadrons within a 32 radius. Cool. I'll take it. Want another civilian ship? Sure. We're about to hit our crisis, though. We don't really have that many supplies. So maybe this, if I resolve this situation with her. Let's see if that's considered. Oh yeah, this is a situation. It's a situation. All right, crisis. Calms down. Cylons are blocking comms. All right, we would lock 1 squadron dock. No. Yeah, that's fine. Lambert. Yeah, so that worked. And then we just need to make sure Hannah doesn't get assigned. So let's... I keep on forgetting to do that. So let's take her off now. That might be nice. Oh. Passive. And then we're going into weapons. We're gonna undeploy her. Let's do deployment. So we have our homing missiles, we got our nuke, and let's do this new one. A decoy. Sure. Wait, no, not the offensive flag. So this again is our cannon. 10 damage, speed we don't care about. I don't know that I want to charge. Let's just give them a... I'm going to let this go. They've got plenty of hull points. Let's get another civilian ship. See what happens. 3 supplies per jump. All right. Oh, we can only have 5. We're just gonna drop a civilian ship. We're just gonna be like, hey, you know what? We're sorry we asked you to come. Well, the one we got sucks most, so let's drop him. And we need supply. Not really worried about 60 health. Their health is pretty strong. Greatest contact. Alright, so boss. Boss fight. Number 3. Also, what's with the turtleneck coat blazer combo? I have a question for you. You organize funerals. You burn and bury your dead, but is this for the deceased or is it for the living? I won't reply. Frack you and your kind. That's... Alright, this person deploys a coordination relay on the battlefield. We'll see what that does. 1, 2, 3. Actually, let's let him get into it. Actually, that was maybe terrible. If we... Oh my god! What is happening? Let's get a decoy out there. One of you guys should kill that thing. That's crazy, they're melting him. What is happening up here? What are you doing? Kill that nuke. Just get rid of those guys. Raider. I need to pause it more. Okay, let's see what this coordination relay. Oh my god! So we got to kill that thing fast. So that increases evasion of enemies to 95%, which I basically makes them impossible to hit. This guy's not doing well. We've got a minute left. Oh, these dodgers are the ones that need 2 to hit, which is... So this is now starting to require a level of coordination that I'm finding overwhelming. Why don't we just... Nuke coming in. These guys are dodgers, so we need to attack them with 2 people to hit. Actually, sorry, we're gonna get rid of that nuke first. Get our decoy out there. Right. We're gonna do it there. We had a critical hit on our ship, unfortunately. We got 2 more communication evasion things out. Take that down. This is harder. Wait till everybody's in range and then might lose this ship. What do we got? 47 seconds left. Take that down, otherwise we won't hit anything soon. Why don't we just nuke some of these fuckers? Oh, wait, but the nuke is not gonna... No, it still hit. And is that... Oh, the ship is destroyed. Oh my god. We have problems. 33 seconds left, huh? All my things have been used up. Wolf is not looking too good. Let's focus on protecting this ship here. Once evasion is gonna go. Squadron who got destroyed. The wolf is dead. More nukes incoming. 17, 16 seconds. Let's do this. Decoy, please. Squadron destroyed. Who got destroyed at the Viper? Raptor, get back in there. Get back in there, everybody. Did I just lose my other ship? It's terrible. Yeah. 2, 1. The other. Alright, well, that went bad. Unwreck one in the squadron so we don't have to spend so much scrap on it. You can't bring a toaster near the Galactica. All right. What do we need? Life of a fraud. So this finishes... Commander, I need to confess. Okay, so Lambert isn't actually in the military. Quality, let's let that down because we don't really have any supplies. Yeah, well, you know, not like we're in a great situation, guys. Definitely need more fuel. We gotta figure out who the Cylon is. Let's see how that's going. Terribly. We wanna... Alright, well that got rid of that. Let's spend scrap on things. Alright, what did we just pass? 2:15. I'm gonna take a quick break, and I'm gonna keep on going until this run ends one way or the other. So I'll be right back. Hold on, let me Okay. We are back. Let's assess where we are. We are about to look at the shop. So we're pretty low on supplies. He's selling some weapons. Doesn't seem like a great deal. One supply for that. Let's level these guys up. Hero gains XP every time he destroys something. Actions left for the sector. I don't know that this is that important. Maybe it matters? I don't know. So we're gonna spend a hero because we definitely need supplies. That's a little better. And here's our first of two crises. Worker blockade. Because the workers are not happy with us. We have a situation with turmoil. The mechanics have all walked out. Nothing's been produced. Hannah being negative as always. They were... Oh, they're both Hannahs. The Hannahs. We have scrap drifting away from space as we... Alright, so we increase supply costs, which I don't want to do since we're tight on that, or we lose 10 scrap and the Karmanov until we finish this. Okay. Let's resolve this one. And let's definitely get some health back there. Aramov is locked. Look at all of this crap going on. Gonna infiltrate the ship. Anybody still... Alright. Infiltrate the ship. Things are getting overwhelming. Talk with the angry workers. Or we can do another thing. Let's talk with the angry worker. Come on, guys. We're all doing the best we can. It's a tough situation here. Lost some health there. Guess we have to do both of these. So we will get supplies because of that perk we have. Once we finish this, we'll get supplies. That's a pretty good perk. All right. And here's our next crisis. Also because we have tense workers. Some of the drugs we store for emergencies have disappeared. Let's let them steal. I mean, at this point, who cares? They're like barely alive. Yeah, sure. I don't want to deal with another crisis, so we'll just take that debuff. What's about to happen here is we're about to lose 300 hull points. Or we use our remaining. We are not doing great. That's nice. And let's see this upgrade. Oh. That's pretty good, unless... Yeah, there's one more level. Okay. Just gonna take the damage. We're gonna get another civilian ship. Gallagher. Helps a little bit with fuel. Alright, 2 left. Let's get more supplies. And we'll leave me alone. We'll start investing in... Alright, straightest contact. Let's select our civilian ships. We're gonna do the Hyperion, which we should repair. Let's repair the Hyperion. I don't want to lose this ship. And then the Paramount. Okay. Didn't do our bar. This will, so that's a clue for the Cylon investigation, right? That should have unlocked. Medical history record. Interrogate that. She's fine. All right, let's go. Everybody's assigned. All right, let's go. Safe sector would be nice. Trade beacon. We just have no supplies, so. And this has. Okay, let's do that. Hopefully we'll make it. So say we all. So say we all. Shooter. Type A shooter. Overload. And so they get more range, and every once in a while they get a lot of damage. Do not fix my shit. I'm getting sloppy. Okay, well, so that's not good. We only have 2 ships to do this sector with, so this could be tough. Let's see how it goes. I guess we're gonna have to play defensive, though we don't really have that. Oh, shit. Yeah, I don't think this is going to go particularly well without our 3rd ship. We might be looking at the end. Let's launch our missiles. Our decoy. Take some of the... Is it not a decoy? Oh, I must have changed it to offensive. I'm definitely getting sloppy. Kill that guy, please. How's everybody doing? Oh. Definitely in the final sector push. We can't lose that. If we lose the gunship, that's game over. Launch our missiles. Launch them. These guys are getting taken down. 53 seconds left. We are gnarly. Can we use a nuke for anything? I can get rid of those guys with our nuke. We'll damage our units. No. Now it shouldn't damage our units. The offensive flak, which is not a strong late game thing. It should take down the Raiders, though. Say goodbye to the Parmenov. What do we got? 40 seconds. We have a lot of time left. No, not the Hyperion. This might be it, folks. This is looking like the end. Unless... yeah, not good. Well, here, let's do that again. That should help. Might buy us enough time to get through. Get that missile. Alright, is that... oh, and auto pause. Why? It's done. And that is the end, folks. Big scale up in difficulty. So that was one run, 2 hours, 25 minutes. Big scale up in difficulty at the end. Definitely had run out of materials, I think was the biggest problem that was happening there. So when you beat, or when you finish, there's a lot of unlocks. We'll look at the main screen for that just to finish off. So again, this is our meta progression. But let's look at the compendium. So there's a lot of little things to unlock. Different units, different abilities, traits. You know, there's tons of stuff. So that's cool. There's a lot of variety in the little details in the combat area. What my reaction to this so far, from now playing like 3 runs, I guess, is that it's pretty repetitive. The events and crises and all of that feels very similar, and you just kind of want to push through it. And combined with, that was a long run. 2.5 hours. So what is that? 3 hours to do a successful run for the game? Feels long to me, but at least because of the repetitiveness. Similarly with like the investigation mechanic is just like, okay, I just need to spend more supplies, just like I have been. And so we have now a good amount of fate that we could use to improve this. I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to save that and deal with that at another time. And I'm going to call this a video. If I had known we were that close to the end, I wouldn't have done my Be Right Back screen, but I wanted to show my Be Right Back screen. Anyway, so that's everything. That's the game. Like I said, feeling mixed on it right now, though definitely some cool stuff in here. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you'd like to see more content. And for everybody who tuned in, everybody who commented, thank you for that support. Really appreciate it. I'm trying this live stream thing out new and trying to figure out how it fits on the channel. Thinking like previews of games like this for people might be good, but you let me know if you have any thoughts or feedback. Would love to hear it. And as always, thank you very much for supporting, and I hope you enjoyed the content, and I will talk to y'all soon.